Hey you guys, welcome to Draw 2. Happy New Year. This is the first episode this year, 2017, and today I'm going to be drawing Chirrut Îmwe from Rogue One, a Star Wars story. Now, as you're following, remember that you can pause at any time so that you guys can catch up on your drawings. We all draw at different speeds, so find a pace that works for you and stick to it. And also, if your drawings look a little different than mine, that is completely fine. Now, grab your drawing tools. I've got my pencil here, got my paper, got my eraser and pens. Let's get started with Chirrut Îmwe. I've got my drawing here in landscape mode, and I'll be drawing him all about to the waist area, so it's not going to be the full body. So first, we're going to draw a circle, just a tiny circle for the head, like this. And notice how small that is. It's going to be at the top of your page, like this. And then I'm going to draw two lines that sort of come together. And I'm going to make the left one a little longer. And then I'll draw a line going across, and that's going to be for the chin. And then draw a little line like this, so it makes this little jaw edge right there, that little corner of the jaw, and his ear is going to be right around here. Okay, now I'm going to draw the neck from the ear going down like this, and from the chin, a little line going down like that. And we're going to zoom in on that a little later to draw the face, but first let's get all of the lines. Here's the general hairline right there, goes down towards the ear, and then let's draw two lines, one for the brow and one for the eyes. Goes across like that. From here, I'm going to draw just a line going towards the chin, and then I'm just going to draw a line going down like this. And we'll keep it like that for now. We'll worry about it later on when we get to drawing the details. Now, right here, closest to this point in the chin, I'm going to draw a spot. I'm actually going to draw this curve like that, and that's going to be his collar. Okay, it goes past the neck, and it goes down like this, and then I'm going to draw the shoulder like that. Now over here I'm going to draw a small little line like this, and then I'm going to draw the rest of the shoulder going across, just like that. Now we're going to find his torso, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this line and kind of draw about that much down. Don't go too far down. And then I'm going to draw a line going across like this. Actually, I'll make that two lines, because that's going to be that strap that goes across his chest, his torso here. Okay, now I'm going to find a spot right around here, and I'm just going to draw the front of his torso. And right here, let's figure out the shoulder on this side. It goes like this, and then it goes out this way, and then this one goes out as well. Right around here is going to be where his elbow, well, the top arm sort of ends right there. His elbow goes right here, and then from here I'm just going to draw like a little triangle shape right here, except the elbow is going to make it more of a diamond shape. And then we follow those lines. We draw the forearm, and the forearm's got tons of little gadgety areas to it, so we'll focus on that a little bit later. And then, yeah, that's about a good spot for it. I'm going to draw a little square right here, kind of off to the top of it. Actually, let me fix that. It's going to be a bit more of a rectangle. And then from here, this is going to be his hand, and I'm just going to draw a line going this way, across, and then down, like that. So that's going to be where his hand is going to be. And we'll add details to that a little later on. Right now it looks a little funny, but that's fine. We're just drawing in the blocks to get his shape right. Now let's go back over here. Let's draw the back of his suit. Now let's go over here. Extend the shoulder a little bit, and then make it go in about here, just like that. And then what we're going to do is we're going to draw his arm. And his arm kind of goes out like this from here and here. Okay, and then from here, it goes out like this, and then here, we draw a line going up, close this off. So we've got this, and this is his sleeve. And then from here, let's draw his forearm, kind of goes out the sleeve like this. So imagine his arm sort of going like this. You know, you don't have to draw this, but I'm just going to show you how his arm goes in. So when you draw the forearm over here, you might want to make sure that it doesn't look weird coming out of his body. So try to imagine how the shape of his arm is going to be inside that sleeve. So we've got this right here. I'm going to draw a line one line, and then a line going up, and this is going to be the thumb. Little curve like this, and then a little curve, and then a straight line, and then I bring this like that. So that's going to be his other hand later. So you want to make sure that the hands are proportional to each other. You want to make sure that they're about the same size too. So, all right. So now here, I'm going to imagine a line from here going all the way to the hand and extending out of the hand like that. Okay. Now let's make that thicker. And if you want to use a ruler for this, you are free to do so. That is completely fine. I'm not going to do that because I like the look of the little imperfections, because the wood that he uses as a staff isn't exactly straight. It's carved out of wood, and it's not exactly a straight line. So I'm going to leave it like this. But if you guys want to use a ruler, feel free to do so. Okay, now over here, right around just before you hit the sleeve area, I'm just going to draw a rectangle like this, but it's a series of little cylinders that sort of give it a very technological look, I guess. So it's not just a simple stick, it's got some technology to it. And right here, I'm going to draw a line here. This is also metal. And his thumb actually goes out right there. Okay, now let's go back over here. And he's got, from here, we're going to bring it all the way to the center here. And he's got a strap, a white strap that goes over his shoulder in front and towards this little strap right here. This isn't the belt. This is a separate kind of strap. The movie kind of doesn't really explain what it is, but we just assume that it's part of Chirrut's costume, so that's why we're drawing it. Okay. Now, we continue this, right? Right there. Now over here, it kind of goes down, but what I want it to do is I want to draw a line like this, and I want it to go down like that, and then another line going down. Okay, small line, and then we go back up like this. And what this is some sort of place where he puts tiny little cylinders. So what it is I'm just going to draw a bunch of little lines going down like that, and then the bottom of them is going to be these curves, these half circles. So what you end up with is this like, pouches where you can put, I guess you can stick a whole bunch of weapons and bullets and stuff in. So that's what that is. And at the top as well, you can round those off, just like that. And then it goes back in like this. Now let's continue the rest of his costume. And from here, imagine this going back out, and it just sort of goes like this. And then this thing goes back in like that. Now, like I said, he's got some crazy gadgets right here. And I'm just going to draw another rectangle right here. And normally he's got a crossbow, but for this drawing, I'm not going to draw the crossbow, just to make it simpler for you guys. Okay, and then we just draw this like that. Now he's got a little box right here. And again, nobody knows. We don't know what it is because the movie doesn't explain what this box is. And so let's just draw this little box right here. Now, depending on where you drew the arm and the hand and the staff, this box might be covered this way. It'll look different between your drawing and my drawing. So don't worry about it if it looks a little different. Just try to draw a box underneath this strap right here is this little gadget. Okay, and underneath that box, we got two lines going out like that. And I think let's just leave it like that. Now over here, he's also got a strap that goes around his arm. So we're just going to draw a little curve like that, and one more underneath it. To the outside here, and we draw a line like this, and then make it go back in. Okay. Now let's draw the little patterns that he has in his costume. It's got a pocket of some sort right around here. So I'm going to draw a square right there. Within that square, I'm going to draw seams that make it look like 3 rectangles. So that's like 3 rectangles within that square. And what I want to do is I want to draw another line going across up at the top. Okay, now here, I'm going to draw this line, and this sort of goes towards, it's wider here and it gets narrower and it goes towards the shoulder here. Just like that. I draw another line going through over here, and then I bring this across to the corner, little corner right here. And then from here now, I draw another line going out like that. Now over here on the shoulder, I draw another, well, it's going to be a rectangle. So a little rectangle like this. And then I draw just a seam going down his bicep area right here. So this little line right here. And then over here, I want to do this 3 times. So imagine another one right here, but it goes underneath this strap that goes over his arm. So there's another one, and another one right here. Okay, so that's 3 rectangles right there. Over here is going to be a series of lines that start in this corner and extends out towards the elbow like that. And they sort of end off right around here. Well, let me fix this one. It ends off right here. And then now we've got this fancy looking thing. Let's zoom in on it. And let's get started. So that's a straight line. 2 straight lines going across like that. And then I'll draw another one right here. Okay, on the third one, what I want to do is I want to create this little line going like this in a diagonal and go across. And then you want to create this little dip right here and then go across again and then end it off like that. Now this one ends off like that as well. And then over here, you just want to join those 2 lines together in an angle. Okay, over here, you just want to draw another line going out like this. Now, from here, we draw a line going across. And over here, I draw another line going across, but this time I want to make this hot dog shape. And within that, I want to make 2 buttons. And these 2 buttons kind of remind me of the old Nintendo controller. These start and select buttons. So that's what those look like. Now over here, I'm going to bring this down underneath this shape and then goes across like that. Now, over here, you want to make this curve right there. Now, I'll do another one right there, another curve. And then I make a square rectangle, 2 of them, like that. Okay, right here, 1 rectangle. Here looks like a circuit board, so I draw a rectangle this way with a whole bunch of circles, a circle, and then 1, 2, 3 lines, and another circle right there. And then I draw another rectangle, and then just continue the line. So right here, I draw this line, continue it right here, and then up to there. Close that off. All right, so now here's got some shiny silver metal thing. I'm not sure what it is. So you want to create a barrel. You want to make a U shape, and then over here you want to make a V shape. So it sort of creates that barrel. 2 curved lines right there. And then right here, 2 curved lines this far apart. But what you want to do is you want to draw 2 small ones right there and 2 tiny curved lines right there. And then you just extend that one. Then 1, 2, 3, and then that's how you do it. So that's that's this thing right here. I don't know what it's called specifically. The movie didn't tell us. And that's it. From here, here's the wrist. So what I'm going to do is from here, I'm just going to draw it towards the finger. This is where the hand is. And just draw this shape right here. So you kind of see it. Here's the wrist, here's the palm, and here's the finger right here. Now he's got another gadget that goes over the back of his hand. So let's shape that. We drew it as a rectangle, but now we're going to take it and draw this and this. So those are the edges. Right here, I'm going to draw a line going this way. And then I bring it this way. Now over here, I kind of want to make a curve. And then I bring it that way. So it sort of creates this shape. Now you want to make it look like a 3D object that pops out. So draw these 2 edges right here, and it all of a sudden looks like it's popping out. Now over here, I'm going to create this half a circle shape. And then over here, a little rectangle. And then over here, same thing, little rectangle like that. And then underneath it, I'm just going to draw I'm just going to extend it a little bit further, and well, I tried to shade it in black, but it just made it look a little messier. Just a shape like that. Just some padding. There you go. So we've got the arm. Let's get into this right here, and let's draw the little details on this. First thing is the big red circle, and it's right here. It's at the bottom right of the shape. I'm going to draw a line over here, and then I'm going to divide it. So that red circle is going to be right here. Okay. Now, he's got a whole bunch of circuits. I'm not going to draw in the tiny little details of it, but I'm just going to draw the general shape. So here, half circle right there. Now over here, it goes like that, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to extend it this way and this way. And then I just bring it up and down. And then, now you see I've created this squarish shape right here. I want to do the same thing over here, another square kind of shape. Here's the edge of that shape. Here's the edge of that shape. Actually, I want to make that 3D. And then right above it is a bunch of these little lines going across. And there's a circle knob of some sort right here. Okay, now I'm going to draw a circle right here as well, with a circle inside. And then we'll leave it at that. Now he's got a bunch more stuff right here, so let's just erase this so you guys can see. He's got this oval shape right here, two circles there and there. And then he's got another rectangular little thing gadget right here. I apologize for not knowing what these are, you guys. I just not quite familiar with Chirrut like we are with the rest of the Star Wars characters. So now I drew these lines right there and there. Make it 3D, so you want to make it pop out. And we'll leave it like that. This is somehow connected to this. No idea how, but that's how it is. Okay, now we'll leave it at that. Now let's get started on his face. And grab me another pencil for this. It's nice to have extra pencils on the side so that if one pencil gets dull, you don't have to stop and sharpen. You can just pick up another one. Okay, so now let's draw Chirrut's face. And we've got the hairline. Let's add a little detail to the hairline, and we're going to give him some widow's peaks. Right there, and a little bit right there. Okay, now it goes like this, right here, and then it goes towards the ear, and it goes above the ear, like that. So this right here is going to be Chirrut's hair. You shade that black later on if you want to. I'm going to draw two lines right here, and that's going to be for his brow, and a line going across. So think of it as a U shape. And then from that U shape, I start drawing the eyebrows. That way and this way. And over here sort of does that, and same thing right there. You don't want to make it look like he's got a unibrow, so make sure that this little line in the middle isn't too thick. I made mine a little too thick. Okay, now we're going to draw the nose. Nose goes down like that, and right around here you want to make this the end of the nose like that. And then right here let's draw one of the nostrils, and then the side of the nose like that. Let's do the same thing on the other side. Now if it looks nothing like Donnie Yen, that is completely fine. I'm actually making mine a little more cartoony, so that's why he's got these sharper features. And then from here, I'm just going to draw a line going down like that, and then from here, same thing, line like this. Now let's draw the eyes. The eyes are a little, I find that sometimes it's a little difficult to draw the eyes in one take. So don't feel like you need to do it all in one take, because sometimes I mess up too. So from here, I'm going to draw a little curve following this eye line that we did earlier. Draw a little curve going like that. And then right here, not so much as a curve, just a straight line or little narrow curve like that. Okay, now we're not going to draw his pupils, obviously, because he's got these light colored pupils, so I'm just going to draw a trace of what a pupil would look like, but I'm not going to shade it in or anything. Now over here, same thing, go up like that, and then underneath like this. Okay, and then I get to, now you can reshape the face once you got the features. I'm going to give it a little bit more of a rounded look. Not too round. Donnie Yen's face is a little more longer. Okay, and over here, he's going to be looking, if you're going to draw the pupils, you want to draw it closer to the right side of the eyes. And there you go. I'm going to draw some lines underneath. Give him that aged look like he's an old warrior. Now, Donnie Yen is a very popular Chinese actor. And if you guys have not seen him in Ip Man, you guys need to go see that movie, because that movie is amazing. And you'll see how talented this guy is in martial arts, because he's really good. He showed up in a couple of movies, North American movies already. So you guys might be familiar with him. I think the one that comes to mind is Blade 2. He played Snowman, I believe his name was. Okay, I think he also did the fight choreography in Blade 2. Okay, anyway, here's that. With the mouth, I'm just going to create a straight line right here. And then, like that. It's kind of got a little frown going. He's not smiling in this photo. He's ready for action. So I got this slight curve, straight line, and then underneath is the lower lip right there. I'm going to curve the lower lip line a little bit. Not that much though. Let me fix that up. Okay. I'm going to add this little line right there. This little wrinkle right there. Another one right here. And I'm also going to do one right here. I think that's good for his face. Let's just do the ear. For the ear, just a simple curve. Starting right here, here's that little bump in the ear, and then just curve it around, just like that. And then right here, line going out. Not that far out, but that's fine. And then right here, kind of like doing a really tall number 2. Yeah, just like that. So that's just the ear. Okay, now we're going to leave it like that for his face. I think we've got it. Let's add some more details. For example, he's got these, this little strap right here is divided into a couple of rectangles, one short one, one long one, and another short one up at the top. Just like that. Over here, I make a rectangle right here. And for this one, I could do some seams inside them. So I could go in with my lighter, thinner ink pen and make the seams right here. Okay, now let's go over here. He's got these shirt wrinkles right here and right here. This one kind of goes up to the top. Now this one goes over like this. And you want to make it fold like that. So it's sort of, here's the armpit, and it's sort of the cloth is bunching up in the armpit area. Now over here, kind of goes up, down, and then here you want to make it wavy. That's the fabric. And then right here, just, that's good. You can make it as random as you want right there. But here at the bottom, it's a little more flowy. Okay, now over here you want to make a seam right here. And you want to bring it up on this side. Okay, now you got the wrist sticking out. It's funny because the wrist at this point right here is, they're kind of, this thing is above the wrist, so it's hard to, kind of hard to see it, but let's draw the detail on this now. And it's a whole bunch of rings. Here's the first one. The second one looks like that. So between the first and the second, you've got this tiny little space right there. So let me zoom in. It's wide, and then it gets narrow, it gets wide, and then it gets a little more narrow like that, and then two more, it gets wide, and then it gets wider. So here's the widest one, normal, narrow, normal size, narrow, and then normal size right here. And that's the metal part that's at the end of the stick there. Okay. Now let's draw his hand, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this, and I'm actually right here, and I'm going to find his fingers first. So it does that. Now here's the hand wrinkle, and another one over here, hand wrinkle. We've all got this one right here, and then line going down like that. Now over here, here's his thumb. Those are all wrinkles, by the way. They shouldn't be that thick. But yeah, there you go. Now his fingers, find the middle. This would be the middle, this middle gap right here. So find that first. And then just draw the fingers as you would, just like that. And yeah, that's the best way to do it, I would say. Easiest way to draw the hand curved. Okay. There you go. It looks a little funny still, but you can draw the individual wrinkles on the fingers if you want to. There you go. And I believe we're almost done. He's got a little line going across right here as well. And from here, I believe he's got a line going down right here. It's a little dark, the reference photo that I have, but I think there is a line going down right there. And another line going across like this. So it looks like a vest, but they're actually connected. So let me just, there you go. Oh, forgot to do this hand. And with this hand, you've already got the thumb. Here's that first knuckle. Let's draw the second knuckle, and the second knuckle is right here. Third knuckle is right here. And fourth knuckle is right here. Now, find the fingers. Right there. This one's fine, and this one is fine as well. There you go. Now, let's draw the stick. Like I said, right here is a metal part. And draw a line going across right there. So he's hanging on to the metal part, but this is wood. Now, it pays to know, if you guys did the Baby Groot tutorial, I kind of showed you how to draw wood so that it looks like wood. And let me erase this, and I'll give you guys a little refresher if you guys forgot. But for wood, you can always draw little lines going like this, and then a couple lines going across. Okay, so lines going across the wood, and then a line, and then a bunch of lines going against it. And if you do that several times, it'll give the illusion of wood. Of course, you want to curve it in such a way so that it looks like a 3D shape, like a curve going like this. There you go. And I believe that's it, you guys. That is how you draw Chirrut Îmwe from Rogue One, A Star Wars Story. And that's all the time that we have. Thank you for watching this video all the way to the end. I hope your drawings turned out great. And if they did, I would love to see them. So please go ahead to the Google Plus community and post your artwork there for everybody to see. If you are curious about the equipment that I use to do my tutorials or to make my videos, I have links to those in the description below. And if you guys want to purchase some merchandise, I also have links to those in the description. Remember that clicking on those links helps to ensure that content creators like myself are supported so that we can continue making good stuff for you guys free of charge. If this is your first time here, I would love to have you subscribe. Here in this channel, I show you how to draw your favorite characters in easy to follow, simple step-by-step instructions. So if you like what you see, please come on over and hit that subscribe button just below this video. And of course, if you guys did enjoy this tutorial, it would help me a great deal if you guys liked this video, commented below, or shared this video with your friends in social media. And speaking of social media, don't forget you guys can find me on Facebook, Instagram, Google+, and on my website drawit2.com, where you can download a whole bunch of coloring pages of my tutorials here on YouTube. Again, you guys, all of the links to those are in the description below. Finally, thank you once again, and as always, stay tuned for more so you can learn to draw too. I'll see you guys in my next tutorial.